Okay, I'm gonna actually have to. I think I'm gonna have to program my SP. Talking about my SP50 today. Um, which is I was gonna take out the crystal out of this one and program it into my laptop. Which is I do have an issue with the SP50 battery. I did not switch out the battery. I did have a Kenwood new battery for which is I do not have a Kenwood that's a 2 channel. So right now, what I'm going to try to do is take the SP50 apart to clean this the circuit board. However, how that goes, I am looking at an MTS 500 5000 on eBay, which is I was gonna actually run that through my Zello on my computer, running through my radio itself. I was thinking doing the, some other programming for Zello, and I don't remember how the hell I said it on Facebook. Well, I have Facebook, and I forget um, how I said I was gonna do that. Um, which is ever be programmed anyways. Second, I have um my cash register, and I actually didn't set up my full cash register quite yet. So I'm still working on doing my cash register, and I'm trying to get more mobiles, um, buy my own mobile set. Had the new head drive mobile digital frequency repeater frequency. I would not put that into this SP50. Um, my SP50 is an analog, which is it still picks up frequencies somehow. Gotta have to swap that out. Anyways, my dad talked to a buddy of his talking about the some other radios. He bases that I will get a new radio, which is the MTS 500, um, on a lower frequency, at a high power frequency. And I think this is the one that runs with my high power, which is I don't know. I cannot get into this crystal and move it. It is a special tool, and I'm not gonna mess around and fuck up um, the radio itself. These radio parts are not they're cheap, but they're kind of expensive. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. I do have a lot of mobile chargers, but haven't been using them. It's just in my box. It's just sitting there. I took the Kenwood apart, and I was trying to fix the 2 channel one and swapping the parts out, and I did it again anywhere. And which is same thing as I working on a CB. When I actually fixed my blew up my CB, when I first bought it from Walmart, I blew it up and actually took it apart, and the finals actually were shot. Uh, which is I tuned it to a high power, and then when I tuned it myself, I didn't have an SWR meter, and that's when that that crap happened. And I have other projects that may be coming soon, probably sometime in July. So July or July, I don't know. I got planned July 6th. July 6th, I gotta do something with um, my Zello account on my computer and run it through the SP50 programming that. That's gonna be a tough cookie trying to do all this programming from my laptop into this SP50. But I don't like the SP50 for a lot of reasons. It is a 2 channel, and I I am trying to look for a 10 channel, which is only have I have a lot of videos and actually I use for fucking parts, and that's the thing that pisses me off. That other projects actually, when I work on radios, I fix up the when I first got these radios. I cleaned up the battery. I used peroxide and alcohol to get all the corrosion off the battery. This SD50 had the battery problem. You take it off the charger and not use it. It says the battery says dies and the freaking beeps and so freaking annoying. So I might trying to get a new housing. The housing that's on this one is loose. Which is I don't wanna one of my friend said to me on Facebook that if the battery's dying, there's corrosion on my side of my radio. There's no other way to remove the corrosion from its side. That need the two channel needs a new housing, and I do not have money at this point to get a new housing and a new radio for to replace the SP50. And the battery, I dropped this thing so many times, and I'm like, God damn, this thing still works after I dropped it. um, this is what my battery. When the guy actually gave me this on offer up, the battery is no good. It has dents in it, and I charged it and it works. It was 5/27/2004. This battery was in 2004, and the battery still takes a charge, and the radio still works. But I am going to replace the battery pretty soon. I just don't have the money to fix it and get it into programming, because my other friends are talking about can if I could use a well, I can use another mobile battery, but it's gonna be this size, which is I would have, which is gonna go on my Amazon account and figure that out. There is positive and negative, and this still has corrosion inside these pins. Um, I trying to clean some of the corrosion off, but it still got corrosion in it, and the PBT button still works. Um, I will probably make another video. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to probably turn on at all. I put the battery and, negative and positive, which is still worked. Which is I don't want to temper with the radio itself. Um, it is a pain in my ass. Um, the last time that I fixed the I actually have another radio that I actually got to work on. Well, I don't know what the hell I do with it. It's somewhere in the box. So it's 9:05 p.m. Today is April 23rd, 2020. However, this project is gonna probably take me a while to reprogram, and which is I'm gonna buy a new antenna, which is I'm gonna put a VHF antenna on my radio. My bike that's extended against my wall will have a base on it, which is I'm thinking of doing that with the CB radio on the bike, which is I didn't finish that project that I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna get change the brakes out. I'm gonna on my bike I'm gonna put disc brakes. Um, there's a special brakes for the bike. It's like a disc, and then you have the brake pads that sprays is like a car. So those brakes I'm gonna use for driving. Um, on the bike. I'm gonna use my brakes for that. I'm gonna switch out the brake pads to brake, and then I'm gonna change everything from the front down. Um, I was gonna put new brake cables on, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna mess around with the brake cable because the brake cable I lost the front brakes, which is when I was trying to um, fix the brakes and get them loose. Because once you grab into the front handle and you're riding, it says grabs, like there's no space. The back brakes I gotta do untighten those because those are so tight they can get the tire on. It's just been freaking. I'm actually stressed because I don't even have a job at this point, and I'm trying to stay calm as quickly as I can, but trying to work on things. Um, well, I worked at I did laundry and mirrored, um, which is I like that job, which is Saturdays and Sundays it keeps me busy. Nothing seriously, but that I like that job. Um, Folding, cleaning, wiping down things was actually the fun part. So, um, the second thing I want to change my front rim. I'm working on the front rim yesterday. I want to put LED lights on the rim, and then uh, my friend, when I talked to him, it's like a while ago. I talked to my friend about putting uh, green around the rim. Uh, he said that it would work, and he said it wouldn't because the way that my bike is in there's all different parts, which is I'm not trying to cut wires and into the bike itself, so I don't feel like putting any lights inside the rim. Unless it's rechargeable, then I won't have a problem. But like I said, I got my friend in town. Uh, my uh, my friend had passed away in a motorcycle accident, and after he passed, um, I still got his CD in town, which is I'm gonna tune it. Um, I just gotta get a SWR, and then I'm gonna change screw the bracket onto the bike, and I'm gonna try to get a CB done. I'm looking at a CB on Amazon, anyways, and I'm gonna have that. I'm looking to have it designed. Um, get a cover done as my friend. With a motorcycle on the CB. Um, that's the big project that I'm trying to move forward on. And actually, I do have the corrects. My dad wants to get a new CB antenna, anyways. My dad has a striker, and I'm gonna try to put a Connex on my bike. The Connex Radio versus a Cobra 29, which is Connex is a higher power than a Cobra 29 Classic. Um, I'm a I love those CBs. The Deck 9 telephone, uh, great radio, high power. You can hook up an amplifier onto that, which is I don't see uh, my use of using a base station, mobile base station, and having a 400 feet antenna up in the air. Um, I do have a video on my dad's camera when I piss off the truck driver with the echo, and my dad has that CB right now in his room. I gotta get a new microphone for that. Also been working with Clay, but Dad's not trying to help me at at this crisis with this coronavirus. By the way, there's another project that with the another CB antenna that's gonna be on the bike. It's gonna be the Wilson 5000. Um, the problem that I got to put the bike is the frame. Everybody in the Midland CB app told me that I gotta have the round wires hooked up to the, which is I'm not gonna um mess around with that. I'm gonna actually have my one of my best friends do it. Um, Doing the Wilson 5000 on a truck antenna, which is gonna be a bitch to um. Well, I'm putting three antennas on my bike. Anyways, there's gonna be Wilson 5000, Wilson 2000, and then I'm gonna buy a striker um, antenna, trucker antenna. So, which is see how those work out. Um, Let me show you guys my antenna real quick. Okay, here's my still whip 3D antenna. It does not have a black cap on it. I'm gonna replace the whip anyways. Um, which is here's my CB antenna. Here, that's gonna go on the bike, and I do have the mounting bracket, but uh, my friend want to challenge. Uh, want to do a CB. Well, I told my friend I'm gonna do a CB one on the bike and go to Harbor Park and shoot skip at Harbor Park, but then uh, during the summertime, once hopefully I get this bike up and running, and then I'm gonna go to Walmart and grab a um, car charger light plug on it and throw the CB on the light plug. My sister wanted to mount it with a battery on the bike. The last time I messed with the battery was in my mom's Ford Fusion, and that thing fucking sparked. That thing actually really ticked me off because, like, if you have a kid that's 11 years old thinking that I'm doing this since I was, let's see, 13. I've been messing with CB since I was 13, and I bought these radios off this guy in Grove and gave me a bunch of CB stuff. So yeah, that was actually very good. Which is one had a screw on it for somehow I don't know how it got in there. There was a bad screw, and holy crap, there's no other way that I could fix that. Um, the radio was actually shot. Actually, that's the one that I think I sold to my friend. Uh, the one that texted me on Facebook the other day. He said he has it in his truck, and he bought a new CB, and I guess he's been using both. But in the meantime, that's not stopping what I'm gonna do with my bike. Um, my friend Joe, um, we went to plant together, and we always talk about CBs and back and forth, back and forth. Well, I had a couple of disagreements with him about hooking one up um, to the battery. I said you should get a light plug and then hook it up to the battery. Because when you hook it up to the battery, you have interference. And he said, no, you hook it up to the light plug, then you have interference. I'm like, no. I said, I know when I use light plugs on my CB, I do not have interference with my radio. And, it's kind of funny because, arguing with him about that stuff was actually kind of funny. Didn't get me mad or nothing. It's just funny. Anyways, I did use for my CB. I used this thing for my CB to run it. And what happened was when I bought it from Walmart, I hooked this up in Hartford. The this thing blew it up. Like my CB smoked so bad. Like OMG. I don't know how the hell I maybe miscrossed wires. Maybe there's one positive, one negative, but there's all AC components on there. I ran a couple things on this, and I never had a problem with a CB running onto this uh, home system supply security alarm system uh, uh, adapter, um, which is this thing was crazy because I think what happened was when I crisscrossed the black and red wire, black is ground, red is power, and the ground and the power wire uh, went to CB, and I turned it on, and blew up in front of my face. So I actually think I'm gonna buy another one. I don't know when I'm gonna get to this project because the CB antenna I gotta run to the TA truck stop, which is I want to put other things on the bike. I want to change out my gearbox. My gearbox one. I might want to replace that before I put any CB stuff on my bike. I probably will get to the projects as soon as possible once I get this bike fixed with the new tubes and the other stuff. So still trying to work on that. Nothing. Well, except for the chain, I gotta think of replacing the chain. I want to replace the chain. Chain is rusted. I don't trust rusty chains at all. That is bad luck. I don't see changing the gearbox. The gearbox is still works. I just don't trust it at all. When you change the gears, it just makes a clicking noise. I don't have oil for the chain. I'm not gonna mess around with the chain. I'm done. I might just leave that alone. Trying to see what else I could do. Actually, I'm going to spray paint the bike anyways, so everything is gonna come off the bike. Um, maybe I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm thinking of doing the um, black and white color on my bike. It looks like the Ford Crown Vics in Meriden, black and white. Um, I'm not too sure if I will get the spray paint. I know I might just go to Home Depot and buy paint buckets and paint the bike. I'm not. I don't know yet. That's a head of a project ahead of me. Um, Jesus Christ, what else can I think of? I was gonna change the brake pedals. The brake pedals I want to change out. Um, I want to put new ones on, and I want to put a new chain uh that goes onto the pedals. I want to change that out and swap the other parts, but I don't know. Amazon has it. I just don't feel like changing it because I am too tired to keep fixing things that does not need to be changed yet. And especially I the bearings inside the bike it's good. I'm not gonna change the bearings if the bearings go and I will probably change it, but the bearings are still put together and It's still good. I never rode it, so I don't know if the bearings until I actually go on the road with it. Um, the bike seat, I'm gonna change the deflectors that I had on the bike. Um, I'm gonna put LED lights on them, not deflectors, because I don't even fucking see anyways. So that's another thing I'm gonna change on my bike. Um, the right deflector in the front end of the bike it's coming off tomorrow. I'm gonna try to fix this bike tomorrow, and then I wanna um the front brakes might be coming off with the brake pads. The cable I'm gonna says pull off the front, anyways. So that uh will be tomorrow as well. Hopefully, the, if I could get the back brakes the straighting up a little bit, so the back tire would actually be easier to slide on. My friend Alex actually gave me this bike and went to go bike riding. But yeah, I would actually basically once I get this bike code fixed, I would actually I'm gonna actually spray paint it. Um, one of my friends wanted to know if I put how do I put ACB bracket on there? That's just easy. Use zip ties, and there you go. You'll say you're good to go. Actually, right now I have zip ties, uh, which is hopefully I'm running into issues with that when I'm running the bike with the CB on it. Um, that's another project that I will be talking about tomorrow. I don't see the reason grounding a CB on the bike if you're using a uh, jumpstart box with a light plug on it. I think that should be fine. I don't think I run into any issues with that. One thing I've run into issues if I hook it up to a battery, and that will be driving me nuts because it makes my bike heavier with a battery on it. And I don't want to go with a bigger CB. I might go with a small one on the bike because the big ones are makes more weight on the bike, and that's a lot of extra stuff that I do not want to put on the bike. I might use my dad's coax cable and zip tie that to the bike. I don't know how I'm gonna actually work on this. That project is gonna be a hard project for me, and um, I don't seem like drilling anything extra onto the bike. There'll be two mounts, three mounts actually mounted on the bike with three different side antennas, whatever. I don't know yet. Still thinking doing that. Um, the frame, I don't like the frame, the color brown on the bike. That just throws the color off. I might paint it green or yellow. I don't know yet. I'm just don't. Uh, I just don't know. I'm gonna actually get new bolts to hold the rim, um, nuts and bolts, whatever you want to call them. But I'm gonna get new ones in. Order those off Amazon, but I don't see if yeah, I don't know yet. Renting a Corax, 100 feet of Corax, I don't that think that should be good. I'm not uh I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. There's the front. Okay, the grips. I'm gonna actually put bike mirrors and stuff on the bike. It is crazy. I might change. Well, I'm gonna take out the cables anyways from the brakes anyways. Just replace the cables. But I don't know. I'm gonna actually work on that tomorrow. Taking things off of it, put new parts on it. Whatever's old goes on new. I do not have new rims. The rims are bent, so I want to get good rims and put them on there. The back rim is bent. The front tire looks fine. The front rim looks fine. I'm just not gonna mess around with that. Unless I don't have a pothole in the front, it won't bend the rim, but every time there's a lot of potholes in Meriden that I have to go over. So, and it might bend the rim even further because the hole is so deep. Um, yeah, I'm just um, what else? What else can I do? The I think I work on this because there's gotta be a lot of things that I have to show on YouTube. How I um what I do this setup my bike, but that would be tomorrow's video. Actually, I want to take out this kickstand, um, change it the kickstand out, and put a new kickstand on. I think that's another project that I might do. But just for right now, I'm just gonna have to leave the kickstand on, which is this project just aggravates me and aggravates me because actually I was when I first got this bike, I was working on it, and it's just feel like that I give up on it. Now I'm just thinking about working on it again. It's just like nothing ever happens. So hopefully I will run a thing on top of the antenna. Um, so sometime the lightning won't hit the antenna, which is I be on the bike with the antenna on it. Yeah, I will show you guys what it looks like with the I'll show you guys what it looks like tomorrow. Um, with the arms off, and I will have to see me turn on the bike. And then just let me know what you guys think. Comment down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Um, anybody want to comment, please feel free because if you guys, if you know what I mean, but shit happens when you're working on projects and you just have a lot of stuff on your plate. There would be, um, I, I, yeah, I'm gonna have to look on Amazon for that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and have a blessed day. Catch you guys tomorrow.